Oh, hey, I'm dreading this. I'm absolutely dreading this. So, we're looking back at the predictions video which I've done earlier on the season, and to be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to this. I've got no idea what the results are. We're going to be showing you the video from earlier on at the start of August as well. So, let's see if I know anything about the championship then. Right, let's begin the video.
We'll start at the bottom. We're going to start with the three teams who I think will be relegated. We're going to start with all the B-sides. Barnsley I'm going to go for to finish bottom. Burton Albion have just come up. We've had a lot of stick off, obviously, other fans because we're going to be playing away at Burton. And I'm going to go for Bristol City to go down as well. So I'm going to go for all three.
Right, so that's the three that I predicted that'll go down. Bristol City, Burton and Barnsley. Got it absolutely, totally wrong. Bristol City finished 17th, to be fair. Burton actually stayed up. They've done really well under Nigel Clough. They finished at 20th position, so they've done marvellous to stay up. And Barnsley got that completely wrong. They finished mid-table in 14th position. So not a good start to the video. Let's roll on to the next 5 teams. Here it is.
And then just to stay up for the scrape the teeth, which is Rotherham, who had a good spell under Neil Warnock in the second half of the season. I'm going to go for Wigan to finish 20th. I think they'll got enough just to stay up. And then I'm going to go for Preston also to stay up as well in the 19th position. Huddersfield 18th.
So I predicted Rotherham. To be honest, Rotherham finished bottom of the league, so I wasn't a million miles off that. 21st, you know. Wigan, I predicted they would actually stay up. They finished second bottom, so I got that wrong. But it wasn't a million miles off, you know. I was only 3 positions away, 3 or 4. Preston, I thought would come 19th. They've actually had a good season considering they finished 11th. You know, Simon Grayson's done a really, really good job there. And obviously Huddersfield is the surprise package. I said 18th. A lot of people said they would go down as well, but what a season they've had, finishing 5th, and they still potentially could come up as well in the playoff final as well. Obviously this video was filmed way before that, a week before that playoff final. Let's move on to the next let's move on to the next 5 bunch of teams.
Forest. Now I think Forest will struggle because they keep sacking managers left, right and centre. So Nottingham Forest are going to finish 17th. And then we've got Brentford, that's about right for Brentford, 16th position. Reading are going to struggle, I feel, this year. They're going to finish down in 15th position. Cardiff is also another quite a big team who are in the championship. They're going to finish 14th. Birmingham are going to finish mid-table.
So, got it horribly wrong again. Right. Nottingham Forest, who finished 21st. I wasn't far off there, mind you, 17th position. Brentford done marvellously well. Look at that, 10th position. Brentford finished, so I predict that will finish 16th. Reading, 15th position. I thought they really, really struggled under Yapstam, but again they finished 3rd in the table. Again, they could come up in the Premier League. You know, they've got Huddersfield in the playoff final, so they've done really well. Cardiff almost got that spot on. You know, Cardiff finished 12th. I predicted they'd finish 14th. Obviously, Warnock come in. Nigel Warnock came in, and obviously Neil Warnock came in and obviously helped move them up the league. Birmingham, 19th position, they finished. I said they'll finish 13th, so Birmingham really, really struggled under Gianfranco Zola. Let's move on now to the teams who just missed out on the playoffs that I predicted.
12th position, I'm going to go for Leeds United because of the inconsistency of selling young players and changing the manager. Sorry, Leeds fans. 11th, I'm going to go for Blackburn Rovers. I just feel like without Rhodes' goals, they're kind of like last season, they went off the boil a little bit, but maybe they'll surprise me wrong, and obviously we've pinched Grant Hanley off them as well. 10th, I'm going to go for Fulham, quite high up this time around because they started off really poor last season in the Championship and they gradually came up. But if they can keep Ross McCormack at Fulham, I think they'll finish 10th. 9th, QPR. I know they spend loads of money, but that's kind of drifted down a little bit. I don't think they'll get promoted under Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. They'll finish 9th. My favourite team in the Championship last season is going to finish 8th, which, to be honest, they had the best fans I've ever seen at St James's Park. And they're not going to like me for saying this, but I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday to finish 8th. Their star man, Forestieri, has to perform all season for them to get any higher. 7th place, who just missed out on the playoffs, and they won't be very happy against their rivals, is Ipswich Town. I'm going to put 7th. Right,
so let's begin with Leeds to finish. I said they'll come 12th, where they finished actually 7th, so I've got that wrong. Blackburn got that horribly wrong. They've been relegated. What a disastrous season they've had. I really thought with finishing mid-table, I thought they would come 11th. I really, really did. Got that totally wrong. Fulham, I thought they would do well this season. I didn't expect them to do that well, mind. The likes of Kearney and Sessegnon as well. They finished 6th in the playoffs, in the semi-finals in the playoffs. I predicted 10th. I wasn't a million miles off it. Got the QPR one horribly wrong, didn't I? They finished 18th. Now I said they would finish 9th. Got that shockingly wrong. Sheffield Wednesday wasn't a million miles off that. You know, I've got massive respect for the Owls fans. In my opinion, the best away fans I've seen at St James's Park. I've said that numerous times now. They finished 4th, missed out in the playoff final. Obviously, they went out in the semis to a penalty shootout. I've said they would finish 8th, so they've done really well. Got the Ipswich one shockingly wrong. They finished 16th. I thought they would have a good season again. I said they would come 7th, but I got that horribly wrong. Let's see who I predicted for the between 3rd and 6th.
Next top 6. So just scraping them, their rivals. I'm going to go for Norwich City to finish in a disappointing 6th position. I feel like the Newcastle and Villa are stronger than them in the Championship. And I also feel that other Championship sides have a better squad than them as well. They haven't really recruited that well. 5th position, a surprise package. I'm going to go for Wolves to finish 5th. And that's because they've now got Walter Zenga, a world famous coach, and they've got millions to spend. So it won't be surprising to see in August that they splash the cash a little bit. So I'm going to go for Wolves to finish 5th. 4th, I'm going to go for Aston Villa, who've just dropped from the Premier League. I know they had a shocking spell in the Premier League, but I'm going to go with them with the guidance of Roberto Di Matteo. He's buying steadily, so I think they'll come 4th. 3rd position, under Nigel Pearson, I'm going to go for Derby County to come 3rd and probably miss out on automatic by quite a distance. I think lose 4 teams will not be anywhere near the top 2. And my pick to go out up from them is I'm going to go and put my neck on the line, and I'm going to say Aston Villa are going to come up via the playoffs.
So again, I've got these wrong again. So Norwich, I wasn't a million miles away. I thought they would struggle this season, and I thought they would come 6th, but they finished the 8th position. Wolves got that horribly wrong. I really thought Wolves would go on with all the money with Walter Zenga in charge at the start of the season, that they would go on a kick on with money behind them. Absolutely shocking. Helder Costa's been their star player, but 15th position, awful. Aston Villa, I don't know what happened to Aston Villa. I mean, I predicted Aston Villa would actually qualify from the playoffs in this 13th position with all the money that was spent. The net spend, they're the worst in the Championship net spend, I believe. I said they'll come 4th, and I said they'll win the playoffs. Got that shockingly wrong. Derby's another one. Poor season when they hired McLaren. Had the Derby fans had a go at me for doing that video over Steve McLaren. Well, look who's laughing now. Derby finished 9th in the league. I said they would come 3rd, you know, with Clement at the start of the season, but hey ho. Got that horribly wrong. And of course that leaves us with 2 teams left. You probably know who was left now, don't you? Let's have a look.
2nd place, I'm going to go for Brighton, because I think Chris Hughton's done a marvellous job at down Hove and Brighton area in the last few years, and as the next Newcastle manager I would like to see him up, and I think they will come up whether they keep Knockaert or not, or whether we pinch them. I think Brighton will still come up. I think they've got enough. And of course I'm not being blowing my own trumpet, being big-headed. I think Newcastle will win the Championship, and I think we'll win it by quite a distance. I'm going to say at least 10 points. I just think that we've got the financial power in this league.
So I've got the top 2. I got 2 right, spot on. So Brighton comes 2nd. Mind you, I didn't think it'll be... I said it'll be 10 points, didn't I? Got that shockingly wrong. But at least I got Brighton 2nd, Newcastle 1st. But what does that tell you about the Championship? It's very, very tough to predict the Championship. I think it's more harder to predict the Championship than it is the Premier League, because the Premier League, you've got your top 7, and then you've got the clutch between 8th and 17th. There's only been 6 points between 8th and 17th in the Premier League, so very, very difficult to predict the Championship. It's very hard to come down, as we've seen over the years. There was only in the last 6 years Burnley who went straight back up, and apart from Newcastle, put that record to bed now. But I'll try and do another one for the Premier League, which going to show you it's really difficult, the Championship, and I know naught about the Championship apparently. Well, let us know what do you make of that. Get your comments down there below. See you later.